Today I'm hanging out at the Katy Trail in Dallas, Texas. And if you are active, if you like to run, which I'm sure you do, if you like to cycle, you like to walk your dog, be out in nature, this is arguably one of the coolest places that you could possibly hope to go in Dallas. Today, we are actually talking to Paula Grunow, who is the operations manager for the Katy Trail, and she's going to tell us some safety things, some etiquette for making sure that you and the people around you have the best time out here, and also we're going to talk about why you want to come out here, because this is one of the nicest trails I've ever been on.
The Katy Trail has been called the jewel of Dallas, and I mean, I really do feel that way. When I moved here 5 years ago, I found the Katy Trail and now I work for the Katy Trail. DPD is out here during the days. We have private security that's out here at nights and on the weekends, making sure that everyone's safe. We do have these dual paths, so you have the shared path specifically for pedestrians and bikes, and then we have the soft surface, which not only is safer for pedestrians and runners to be using, but it's also a lot easier on the joints. It's the same surface that they use for field track surfaces. We have a lot of shade, we have water fountains out here, and there's just a lot always going on, so it creates a sense of community. You know, it's not you just working out alone, even if you didn't bring another person.
So I was hoping you might be able to give me a little bit of background on the origin of the Katy Trail. I've always wondered where the name comes from.
The Katy Trail started out as a railroad, and how it actually started was the Katy 5K 22 years ago was set up as the first fundraiser to actually raise money to begin to build the trail.
Oh, okay, so that's why the Katy Trail Ice House has the caboose out in front.
Right, so the Katy Trail Ice House actually was an ice house along the route of the MKT line, Missouri, Kansas, Texas, shortened to the Katy Trail.
That's so cool. I'm such a history nerd, so I'm so glad that you told me that. Okay, so I'm seeing a whole lot of runners and cyclists out on the trail. So first, let me know, what are some things that runners would like to see from cyclists out here?
Runners, when they are encountering cyclists on the trail, want to be notified that they're there. You know, that they're coming up behind you, that they're aware that you're there if they're coming directly at you, and a safe speed is really, they don't like just being zoomed past. It scares people, they jump in a different direction, especially here on the Katy Trail because it's so crowded. The speed thing is really important.
Okay, so as a triathlete who is a runner but also a cyclist, I see things from both sides. What are some things that you think that runners could do to make the trail a little bit safer for cyclists and therefore for everybody around? Because there would be a whole lot less swerving and slamming on brakes.
As someone who is a cyclist and runner as well, runners, let's turn down our earbuds. It can be so hard for, you know, a cyclist. They could be ringing their bell and saying on your left, if you can't hear it, that's not their fault. So I think the biggest thing runners are guilty of on the trail is having your earbuds too loud.
All right, let's talk about some dog etiquette. I'm seeing a lot of dogs out here on the trail. What are some things that puppy parents should keep in mind when they come out here to the Katy Trail?
We have a lot of dogs here on the Katy Trail, people walking them from the apartment complexes and coming on down. What we recommend, you know, is a very short leash. Use the pedestrian path so you don't have to worry about cyclists at all if you're using that path. We just recently completed the soft surface so that it does go all the way from the south to the north end. So there's no reason not to be using it. And that way you're just not in the way of other people. Dogs can be scared and nervous or when there's large groups of people and they don't quite know what to do. So having that dog on a short leash right next to you ensures that the least amount of damage can be done.
And then of course, picking up after your dog. We don't want to see runners slipping in poop on the sidewalk. Well, Mother Nature has decided to end this video right here and now, so I'm gonna let you go. But if you have any questions, make sure to email them here. And if you wanna be featured on Logging Miles, take a video of yourself, upload it to Instagram, and tag us, and you might see yourself appearing on the show. I will see you next week.
We have
Just when you've got a large group of runners running on the trail,
We have a lot of people. Guys, they'll stop in a second. They're just blowing it off.